first final at home since 2001.
Well, Deon Fourie has been captain fantastic. His ability to steal the ball on the ground in big situations is absolutely wonderful. Dimitri Katrakilis, the man with the ball when it counts the most. He dropped into the pocket to take some drop goals. He also put himself in a situation to win the matches. 6 out of 6 he was in a difficult match. And in a lovely touch here, instigated by ABSA, the sponsor of the Currie Cup. We'll sing the national anthem before our country's biggest and the world's oldest domestic rugby competition.
There's only one word for it, really. Wow, what a start to this occasion. Owen Nkamani is with us pitchside. Owen, I'm jealous. Give us a clue.
Amazing stuff down here on pitchside. I must say, this World Cup is bigger than when South Africa took on Australia a couple of weeks ago. I have never seen the people of Cape Town get behind their team. Any of these Sharks players who don't know what a cup final is all about, they'll surely find out this afternoon.
Well, it's rapturous applause, and so should it be. Brad McLeod-Henderson there, the head coach for the Sharks, in collusion with Brendan Venter all season. Jonathan Kaplan, teary-eyed, his final Currie Cup match, his final professional match as a referee, and it's a Currie Cup final. He's done over 420 first-class matches, and the emotion is showing on one of South Africa and the world's refereeing favourite sons.
68 test matches for Jonathan Kaplan, South Africa's most experienced. The emotion is everywhere in the eyes of all the players. There are 11 Springboks in the starting lineup for the Sharks, 6 in the starting lineup for Western Province. The anthem they've sung many times before between them, but this is what it means to participate in the showpiece event of South Africa's domestic rugby. Jonathan Kaplan's whistle signals the start of the ABSA Currie Cup final. It's deep on Gerard van den Heever from Pat Lambie early on, and Keegan Daniel flying into the first contact. The Sharks have spoken in the week of the need to really take it to Western Province physically, to bully their forwards and give Pat Lambie a platform to play off. But Katrakilis very calm with his first touch.
Well, that'll be the biggest chance for the Sharks. Lambie is a quality player. If he gets good front football, if he can use that momentum, he'll be a real thorn in the side of Western Province. Bismarck du Plessis, first line out he's going to give in. He's got relatively inexperienced locking pair, Pieter-Steph du Toit, destined for the big time. There's absolutely no doubt that him and Pierre Murray will want to take on Eben Etzebeth and show their ability to dominate in the space.
And a wonderful first line-out win from Pieter-Steph du Toit, and the Sharks quickly into their maul. Jonathan Kaplan showing an early advantage. Lambie will go for the hoist with Odwa Ndungane after it, putting the pressure on Colby. Well, there was a knock-on there, clearly indicated by Jonathan Kaplan, so no advantage to the Sharks. A very fine early kick from Lambie as well, knowing that he had the advantage, and now he'll have a first chance for points.
Well, it was set-piece pattern stuff from the Sharks. They were excellent in that line-out. A good win in the middle by Pieter-Steph du Toit. Some good gesturing at the front, and it really took the Western Province team away from where they should have been. This was the collapse, you see. Pat Cilliers is doing the right thing there, but there are 3 or 4 other Western Province players who've joined that maul. You look at Siya Kolisi, he was involved. You cannot be involved if Cilliers is going to be dragging it down. The sacking motion they've said has got to be one player only. It's Lambie early with an opportunity for 3 points.
25 points in the only 2 games he's played in the competition so far this season. This is 28th Currie Cup appearance. Measured approach, good strike, straight through the middle goes Lambie, and the Sharks lead.
The ideal start for the visitors. They got themselves in prime spot, got the penalty, but passes for action, head down, the basics in play. Well, it was outstanding. Contributed 23 points in the semi-final, Patrick Lambie, and a good start in this cup final.
Dimitri Kachakilis with the restart. On to Ulwazi Mvovo. McLeod. Mtawarira gets the cry of beast from crowds all over the rugby world, not just at home at Kings Park. The clearance from McLeod. There's a foot in touch from Dwayne Vermeulen.
Well, his foot is already in touch when he gets it. So that's a mistake from the assistant referee. First up. And Jonathan Kaplan's going to question this. Dwayne's completely within his rights. It's been changed now.
Yeah, Stefan Breitenbach, the assistant referee. It's a good call, Bob Skinstad. The foot was on the line when he caught the ball, so has the effect of having been out on the full. The kick was from inside the 22. Good take from de Kock Steenkamp. And a first opportunity in midfield for Damian Derlendi, who was really the bolter selection ahead of last year's Currie Cup final. Strong carry from Siya Kolisi. Skrider with a very short pop pass, but no way through that Sharks defence. Kachakilis. Here's Atlon. Ghosted past the tackle of Bismarck du Plessis. Then Dion Fourie. Manhandled by Pieter-Steph du Toit. And Bismarck making amends. Kachakilis, cut out pass for Vermeulen. Francois Steyn trying to rip the ball in the tackle. And there's the interception from McLeod. Shaw McLeod, chased down by Derlendi. They won't catch it. McLeod.
Well, that's a stunning bit of rugby by Charles McLeod. He read that pass beautifully. And Skrider was waiting, and when he eventually gave it, McLeod had picked it off. It was still a 65-meter run-up country, and the despairing tackle of Damian Derlendi wasn't enough, but what a fantastic run from McLeod.
His second try of the season, 13th in Currie Cup rugby. A marker has been well and truly laid down at Newlands inside the opening 5 minutes. Should be a formality for Lambie to take the Sharks into a 10-point lead.
Well, the Sharks would have spoken all week about we need a good start, we want to get in, we want to dominate. And Western Province would have been happy with the way they were carrying the ball. They got over the advantage line, they were doing most of the things right. But Charles McLeod just cut the midfield in half. A beautiful run. He's been electric. They've used the rotation policy between him and Kobus Reinach. And look at that.
Yeah, Warrior for Charles McLeod, all against the run and play. Still a lot to do. He's got the pace and a good finish from the scrum off. But the Sharks in a comfortable 10-point lead. Made a few changes. Sia Khaleesi's gone off, receiving blood attention. Scott Burger's on the park.
Again, the kick is deep onto Ulwazi Mvobo. Taken down by Etzebeth. It's just outside the 22, so Bismarck du Plessis resets the ruck, this time inside the 22. McLeod's kick charged down, and De Kock Steenkamp unable to get it on the bounce. But there was a knock forward. That will not be a line out.
Well, it was a good charge down and a nice tackle from Etzebeth. You could see here, he just telegraphed that a bit. Streeter got onto it. Charles McLeod just stopping De Kock Steenkamp from getting a solid purchase on the ball. And Steenkamp knocking it on. So the Sharks will have a defensive scrum here. And this has been talked about all week, Owen and Kamani.
They have to. One of the things you've got to look out for is Yanni du Plessis. Heavily strapped on the left hand. I'm concerned in terms of how much of a tight grip can he able to get in terms of really loading up that right-hand side together with his brother Bismarck. Good scrum by Western Province.
Massive pressure at the base of McLeod from Dion Fourie. Scarone Taverni burrowing in there. Etzebeth and De Kock Steenkamp. Partners into the contact. Streeter Kitsoff. It was a good spot tackle made by Willem Alberts on Stephen Kitsoff. Change of direction. And well, what a response from the home side. Damian de Allende with his 4th of the season.
Well, it was just sustained pressure, starting with Fourie and Schroeder at the base of that scrum. Picked onto and well done and held onto by Western Province. And watch as the wide pass, Dalendi moves. He's around Yanni du Plessis on the heavily strapped left hand. We spoke about it before the game. And it's a fantastic try-line celebration for the big man.
Western Province created the mismatch from a solid platform at scrum time. Probing that blind side, good reward for Damian de Allende.
Gav, Bob, can you hear me?
Now, Western Province need to secure the kickoff, see if they can get back upfield. The Sharks look to win it back.
Restart, and Gerard van den Heerden gets a foot firmly in touch. So they will have a scrum back on the centre spot. That first scrum on a Sharks feed looked as though the Sharks were in control at first. Then Western Province got the wheel. The call of use it came from Jonathan Kaplan. And then the pressure was well and truly on. Sia Khaleesi still off the field.
Yeah, I think Khaleesi, we saw him go off. He did a little cut to the eyebrow. So Skalkberger, certainly no slouch when it comes to replacing a loose forward. He'll stay on until they've checked that up, and no doubt he'll have a sideline concussion test just in case as well.
Skalkberger said, break up. Riley during the week that the last time Western Province hosted a Currie Cup final, he was still at school. 2001. He's never lifted the famous trophy donated by Sir Donald Currie, and nor has Springbok captain Jean de Villiers.
Crouch.
Much of the Western Province preparation is focused around the contribution of those two over many years, and wanting to do it for them. Excellent scrum, but not well controlled at the back. It was bobbling for Dion Fourie, did well in the end. Skredder.
Touched!
There was a hand on that, says Jonathan Kaplan. It was well read though by SP Moran. Scott Berger covering at the back, and Aplon away to Colby, and he is devastatingly quick. Brilliant setup from Colby, and a good offload for Derlendi as well. Western Province starting to settle into a bit of a rhythm, and securing quick ball at the breakdown. Now Katrakilis trying to turn Odwin Dungani, who showed all his experience and time on the ball. Lambie, excellent clearance.
Well, wasn't that just class from Odwin Dungani? You could see it as Katrakilis turned and located the little bare spot where there was no wing tracking back. Well, here's the missed tackle from Yanni du Plessis. We spoke about him struggling with his left hand, and Derlendi, I have no doubt, would have targeted one, a front row player, but two, that left hand of Yanni du Plessis. He's been injured for a while, and it's the weakness of one player playing to the strength of the other.
Scudder and Tabeni now, with a full complement at this Western Province lineup, but poached. Excellent work from Peter Steff to Toy.
Rasta.
And McLeod puts it up onto Colby once again, chased down by Ndungani. So difficult to bring down, low centre of gravity, and great step on him. Benny, who really has established himself as a crowd favourite in Cape Town during the course of this season. Derlendi again, this is John de Villiers. And a crucial hand in there from Ulwazi and Mvovo, and had it fallen for him a little quicker, he could have created some danger of his own.
Impressive to see Western Province utilising the width of the field. They talked about it all week, saying they are going to strike out wide. Jean de Villiers, ball in two hands. But Peter Steff to Toy, what a talent. Desperate stuff and good rugby all round. Just consider for Ulwazi and Mvovo.
Peter Steff to Toy made the steal on the far side of the field and was across to make the tackle on John de Villiers. Great work rate.
Well, he's a tremendous athlete. He's from this part of the world. Absolutely no doubt he'll want to prove to everybody who's been backing him over the years that he is a real contender for that Springbok squad. He's been in and around the fringes of that squad and started to get a little bit of a taste of it. Something I'm 100% certain he enjoys.
Sit! That's nice.
Against Yanni du Plessis, just that he might have slipped.
Certainly
that's
with
his
that,
indication.
Matthew as well, because there are two curtain raisers out here, seeing the under-21s and under-19. There's a bit damp underfoot, so the fair call maybe is to take the reset, let the guys maybe get a bit closer. Tough call there on Yanni du Plessis.
Where's the bind? Both of them. You're right, Owen. I think early on in a match it would have been a lot fairer. Definitely both feet slipping out a little bit and less purchase than normal.
And Tabeni for De Kock Steenkamp.
Use it now!
And the Sharks have done well to stop the progress of that more. That's a wonderful tackle from Francois Steyn as well. In midfield. On Derlendi behind the advantage line, and Scott Berger also taken out hard. Katrakilis. It was a difficult one from Moran. Colby's chasing it down. Excellent cover from Mvovo. Well, the kick hasn't gone as far as he would have liked, but again, fabulous work rate from Mvovo to get across and cover the fence.
Well, he took it into the 22 by touching it on the way through, so Unfortunately, the line-out's going to have to go back to where it was, but what a lovely tackle from Willem Alberts. A huge hit by staying on Dale Andy, and then another one by Willem Alberts. No quarter asked and none given in Currie Cup in South Africa.
Western Province unable to set their maul at the previous line-out, and Peter Steptoe has read that like the proverbial book. Second time he's got up well in front of his man to take a Western Province throw.
Hold there.
And plenty of time for Lambie. He hasn't found touch, Colby. Here's Apton. The two smallest men on the field working their magic, but then some good follow-up in the tackle from Louis Ludik. And poached on the ground by Bismarck du Plessis. Apton with no one back to help him. Forced onto that left boot. Here's Murray.
Leave him.
Colby happy to run it out of his 22. And a very basic error from the young winger.
That was just pressure from Murray. SP Murray put that kick into the corner and then followed it up beautifully. Put pressure on Colby. I think Colby's feeling what it's like to be part of the Currie Cup. Look at the steal from Bismarck du Plessis. Kitshoff goes to ground. Bismarck's the first man there. He's on that ball like a limpet. Steals it. Turns it around. Siya Kolisi coming back onto the field, and Scott Burger making way for him. There was a blood reversal. We spoke about the cut to Kolisi's head. Quite possibly that has had an effect on the setup of the line-out and which ones they'd be happy to take, only because Kolisi's been part of the setup for longer this season than Burger. The Sharks definitely getting momentum from their line-out dominance.
And another one at the back on their own throw, this time for Keegan Daniel. An immediate momentum in the Sharks' ball. Itzebeth was in there and pulling it down. Another kickable penalty for Patrick Lambie.
This is the end of it. A good driving maul, but wouldn't really set it up. But a superb throw from Bismarck. They found the space at the back and they sucked in all the loose trio from Western Province and generated such great go forward by the Sharks tackle forward.
Well, it was Pat Cilliers, the man singled out by Jonathan Kaplan. It looked as though Itzebeth was doing his best to pull it down, but Cilliers also in from the side. Excellent quick ball from Bismarck du Plessis to Daniel at the back. Very efficient line-out work. It's certainly a pleasing aspect to the Sharks' play so far. 2 line-outs won on a Western Province throw. With Lambie's conversion, he went over the 300-point mark in his Absa Currie Cup career. This one he hasn't got though. Pushed out to the right, so he remains on 301. Almost a quarter of this final gone, and it's gone in a flash. A repeat of last year's final, apart from the venue. Last year in Durban, Western Province triumphing by 25 points to 18 to win the Currie Cup for the first time since 2001. The Sharks beat them 30 points to 10, also in Durban in 2010. And on that occasion,
Rollout
Pat
3.
Lambie bossed the situation as a 20-year-old. Clever little chip from Charles McLeod. Bounces well for Louis Ludik. But Kolisi managed to get it away to Apton. Burst into his counter. Turnover for the Sharks though. McLeod for SP Murray. Great acceleration from Murray. Fun in here for the beat, but a good cover tackle, no advantage. And back for a penalty to the Sharks, much closer to the posts.
Well, hasn't Charles McLeod's little kicks over the top been managed beautifully? Well, the Sharks are coming in from depth, putting the pressure on. That time it was Esme Marais from deep. But here, Gio Apollon on the ground, Francois Steyn straight over that ball. Look at that, a missed clean out. And he's got that ball and won it on the ground. Gio Apollon's lost it. The counter-attack, desperation pass here. Gets it wide to Esme Marais, and he's almost around his man. Sharks coaching box looking on there, and they understand that their tactic is working.
One of the tactics they've used well in this first half, the Sharks, their kick again, putting the pressure in Western Province with a kick return for the home side, hasn't quite been of top quality.
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to play a kicking game and you want to get into the opposition territory, you need to do exactly that. The Sharks have the Sharks have benefited from Western Province's failed counter-attacks 3 times.
Lambie, this time much better, and pushes the lead out to 6. It's probably about benefiting from failed counter-attack, but it's a massive tribute to the versatility of the players right across the Sharks team. We've seen Bismarck du Plessis, Francois Steyn, Beeston Tawarira, all effecting turnovers, being first at the ball and getting in over it. Katrakilis with a variation of the restart, but it's very deep onto Lambie. It was a good chase from Colby, but he left his wing unmanned, so the clearance kick safely into touch.
Well, a lucky bit of play there, because the ball bounced out, and Cheslin Colby hadn't been covered by Gio Apollon, or, as what usually happens, the number 8 dropping back. So Dwayne Vermeulen was in the middle of the field. I think it was a skewed kick off Katrakilis, because I think it was supposed to go further up the middle of the field and be contested by Western Province. Sharks have been dominant in the lineouts. Can they keep it up?
And this time it was De Kock Steenkamp who got up in front of Pieter-Steph du Toit, but Katrakilis is kicked straight down the throat of Esme Marais, looking to link with Mvovo. Little juggle from him. It was a good tackle out of Stephen Kitsoff, but an equally good clean out from the Sharks, and Pieter-Steph du Toit on the rampage. Another little dink over the top from Charles McLeod. This time Derlendi had it covered, but Katrakilis under all sorts of pressure and spilling the ball. Well tidied by Scaro and Tubeni. Maria's positional play quite outstanding so far, and Lambie also playing nice and deep, providing himself as a consistent kicking option. Dangerous on the counter as always, but from very deep.
Yeah, just on the ground there, Pieter-Steph du Toit, so good and so quick. I think the phrase is beaten by the ruck, though. He was there attacking it, but the cleaner was already there. So they formed the ruck, and then he had another go as Schroeder arrived to clear that ball out. So Western Province desperate to play rugby in the Sharks half, and the Sharks preventing them from doing it. You can see they're fun in here for it. Already done the clean out. He can't go back in and play Schroeder on the ground. That's what he was penalised for. It's different to a clean out or a drive through a ruck, but wow, wonderful play from Pieter-Steph du Toit. Is he stamping his name on a ticket to the UK?
Western Province got to keep it simple here. The go-to man throughout this whole season, especially in the later half, has been Evan Etzebeth in the front.
But it's De Kock Steenkamp at the back, Fourie for Vermeulen. Quick ball for Schroeder. Derlendi. Good tackle from Alberts. Schroeder again. Katrakilis. Pieter-Steph du Toit flying into the tackle. Just a quick consultation between Jonathan Kaplan and Christy du Toit, his assistant on the far side, and quickly agreeing it's nothing more than a penalty offence. But Pieter-Steph du Toit full of vigour and purpose in this game so far.
Yeah, very clearly. I mean, Katrakilis was much lower already, and he'd gone low into it. It was the contact with the front of his face, which is the penalisable offence there, and Pieter-Steph du Toit, I don't think, was doing anything more than reacting. That's the number of players from today's 2 starting 15s that played in the Currie Cup final last year. 11 from Western Province and 8 from the Sharks. The Sharks have changed personnel a lot more. Western Province maybe benefiting from that consistency of selection and consistency of player, less turnover. And that can be seen in the way their season has gone so far, but that's the right eye of Dimitri Katrakilis, already showing a little bit of a shiner. And he's going to be the man who heads towards the uprights for 3 points to claw back the game.
So influential in last year's Currie Cup final in Durban. 2 drop goals, one off the left boot. That performance, the confidence that it gave him, allowed him to produce some magical moments in the colours of the Southern Kings during this year's Super Rugby competition. But back to Western Province for this Currie Cup season. Kurt Coleman, who's on the bench this afternoon, was the starting fly half for much of the campaign. This just Katrakilis' 6th appearance in the competition after returning to Cape Town, battled with a bit of an injury. This to carry the deficit back to just 3. Perfect from Katrakilis.
Western Province with the teams are walking away at some sort of point. And once again, need to secure the kickoff, get back at field. Patrick Lambie will want to keep this ball in field. Really put the pressure back on Western Province. Better restart by Lambie.
Coming down outside the 22, and a bit of miscommunication between Fanahiepo and Lendi. Ball gathered by Steyn, and the Sharks straight back on to the front foot, deep in Province territory. Marcel Coetzee with the carry. Back it comes for Lambie, deep in the pocket. Out in front, he loves it! Lambie's got 3. Brilliant!
Well, that's a lovely piece of play by Lambie. He dropped so deep into the pocket that I thought he might struggle with distance. But look at that. He was just inside his 10-metre. No pressure on him whatsoever because of the depth. And he was straight and long and true.
You just couldn't ask for a better response from the Sharks.
And another clear indication of the importance of controlling the restarts. That one's gone straight into touch on the full, so momentum gifted back to the Sharks from that restart. Following Katrakilis' penalty, that contestable restart just outside the 22 caused all the problems.
Well, look at that. Technically perfect from Ndungane. His foot was out and planted with a catch. He hasn't done much wrong this season, has he? He's come back from what was a bit of a break in form early on in the season. He's taken the call-up when it was given. He's come back, scored 1 or 2 tries which have been critical, but defensively outstanding and always there, always leaning on the outside, always an option.
His 80th Currie Cup appearance this evening, and has brought a huge measure of experience to an at times inexperienced Sharks outfit. Well done by McLeod in the end, but playing way behind the game line. Marais caught by Jean de Villiers.
Let it come now! Use it!
McLeod, Bismarck du Plessis called on to re-establish a platform, some momentum, some space for Lambie. And Ndungane chasing down hard on Colby, but he gets away with ease. Big contact between him and Daniel, and he's quickly back to his feet. Lendi screwed up. Fourie slipped the tackle of Marcel Coetzee. But Alberts was there to cover. Vermeulen. Head down. Katrakilis. Delendy. Lambie over the ball, trying to affect the turnover. Khaleesi bursting through the tackle of Louis Ludik.
Lazy runners.
Jonathan Kaplan showing an advantage to the home side. And no advantage coming. There may have been a little bit of a knock-on from Western Province at that ruck, and the penalty awarded.
Louis Ludik, I hope he's all right. He took a real knock there as well. He just got man and ball at the same time. I'm not sure if he dropped his head on the wrong side of the tackle. Loazia Bobo also got a bit of a stinger on that shoulder. He's saying the outside of his arm, maybe tricep knock, feeling a bit uncomfortable. The beauty about all of these players now, and Western Province have made a huge decision here. They've gone for the corner. The line hasn't been good so far. The Sharks could get a real turnaround and advantage if they win this, or Western Province could show some dominance.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Dimitri Katrakilis did consult to Dion Fourie, who turned around and says, you know what, we're going to go for the corner, we're going to back ourselves. Dimitri was happy to take the 3 points. But good to see a team backing their systems.
Into Benny. And another one goes awry. That was intended for Dwayne Vermeulen. Well, Sean McLeod absolutely screaming at Stefan Breitenbach.
No advantage from the line out, knock on, black ball.
It was knocked on by Dwayne Vermeulen. Itzebeth in there making the tackle on Peter Steph du Toit, and McLeod saying he was clearly offside.
And he's right. The thing is, there was an offence beforehand, so they've been pulled back. Jonathan Kaplan is saying that even if the kick had gone straight out, a better advantage for the Sharks is their own scrum, one that they can get away from.
Yes, 9.
Exit plans we've heard about. What are the Sharks going to do here? Good dominant scrum from them. It's a Springbok front row.
Lambie chased down by the Western Province captain Dion Fourie. No touch. This is Gerrit van den Heever.
All forward.
Straight into a brick wall called Bismarck. As that penalty was awarded, Dion Fourie had a quick look at Dimitri Katrakilis and said, we're going for the posts.
All forwards advancing from the
That's a
kick.
sensible call from captain of Western Province. One of the things that's not working for them at line-out time when they go for the job more is that they've just fade away from the basics and keeping it simple. At the moment, there's too many trick flair for a cup final. You can see that we got together and said, well, how can we beat the Sharks team in line-out time? We need to think out the box, and it just hasn't worked in this first 40 minutes.
Well, that's the thing, Owen. Are they changing too much? You know, they've been very effective with a good, solid front ball on Itzebeth. The drives have worked there. They've taken a back ball on Vermeulen all season, you know, or when he's been here, at least out of the Springbok camp, and he's won that ball at the back. They used Michael Rhodes when he was gone. They've decided not to do that, and the fancy stuff is not working.
Katrakilis, just under 7 minutes to play in the first half to once again reduce the deficit. They've been playing catch-up since early. No problem there. Western Province went into an early 10-point deficit.
Well, this is why there's an infringement. Look at that. Lambie kicks from there, and none of these players have retreated. The ball doesn't go out. They're all walking forward. Nobody's gone past him. Even Willem Alberts is saying, come on, guys, you need to go past. And there's the brothers du Plessis hanging their heads. They don't like going backwards, ever.
It's another brilliant restart. And again, not well handled by Western Province. That's a penalty because it was lost forward and played in front of the ball. It's a second consecutive restart that Western Province have failed to deal with, and it's almost certainly, for the second consecutive time, going to result in Sharks points.
Well, that's right. I'd much rather have one player dropping back and taking that ball. Look at this. There's three guys there. Dwayne Vermeulen comes from the back. He should be the one taking that ball. Dalendi went up. He knocked it on and hit Vermeulen. That's the penalisable offence, and he knows it, so he's disappointed. Try scorer in the first, or the opening 20 minutes. But there, all he's done is succeeded in giving this man, Lambie, an opportunity for 3 more points.
I spoke about the importance of Lambie, not only in his goal kicking, his tactical kicking, but here's 2 restarts that he's put on a ticking, which has created point scoring opportunity. That is a real let-off for Western Province and bitter disappointment for Patrick Lambie.
Well, he hit that so hard and straight, it almost looked like he hit it too well. You know, it was off the left hand upright and it bounced straight down. Western Province getting away with something there.
Katrakilis' restart, not contestable and easily dealt with by Pieter-Steph du Toit. Can't stay. Precious little opportunity for him to carry so far. Now Taurua. Fourie was quickly in over that ball, but a good clean from the Sharks. Kutsia had 4 men to his left.
Hold back.
Opting for the contact. Lambie. Louis Ludik is after it. Akron. Safe under that ball, but Western Province caught offside. Call came from Christy du Toit. Players don't realise that the whistle is gone.
Here's the offside. You can see Jean de Villiers.
What's the number,
moving
please?
forward.
13.
And way outside centre. And there we go.
8.
And you might have somebody saying, well, what effect did it have? Well, it did have an effect because Lambie couldn't look to his right. His supply chain was cut off.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's no question of the effect. In fact, that's been eradicated from the game, just like 2 or 3 minutes before. The Sharks were penalised, and all that Willem Alberts had done is walk 3 or 4 steps forward. It does have a material effect on the game. And now it's going to be a rerun of what we saw just now. If Fat Lambie hits this ball like he hit the last one, he'd be running back to receive a kickoff, because he struck the last one beautifully, just slightly to the left.
Two and a half minutes to play in this first half. Absorbing, physical, everything that you'd expect. But Lambie this time away to the right. Rapturous applause from Attack Newlands. So yet another let-off just before half-time for Western Province. A much better restart from Katrakilis. Itzebeth got up to contest, but again beautifully handled by Pieter-Steph du Toit. Just settling into this role brilliantly. Just his 5th Currie Cup game, first season of Currie Cup rugby, Pieter-Steph du Toit, and looks like a seasoned veteran. Close clearance. Lambie with Maria back to help. Keegan Daniel is also back. It's a great contest in the air from SP Maria. And Dion Fareed's gone over the ball, lost his feet.
You're not supporting your own body weight. You had a go and then you went past it and you were not supporting your own body weight. There are too many penalties and you're getting yourself into trouble. Okay?
Dion Fourie, he clearly not allowed to do that, but it was a serious bit of athleticism. I think the upset in the Western Province coaches' box is they felt that he'd won it already. And potentially he was being pulled over to that side, but any of the kids watching there, we saw the tackles on the wrong side. One was by Louis Ludick and he's okay. The Box Smart program can tell you what to do. Clearly contesting a ball like that is not an opportunity to do a headstand in front of 50,000 people.
Now some considerable pressure on this kick for Pat Lambie. 3 out of 6 missed in a high pressure environment, and just before half time the Sharks deserve to be further in front. Needs to press home this advantage. The head down a fraction longer this time, and the flags are up. That'll do wonders for Pat Lambie's confidence. Look how long the head stays down in the follow through here. At that point he knew it was 3. Time is up on the clock. One last play in the first half of this Currie Cup final.
Let it come.
And a starkly contrasting feature between the two sides has been their control of the restarts, both from halfway and at the 22s. The Sharks, though, deserving leaders, are the side that beat them in the 2010 final, the Sharks, by 6 points. Robbie Fleck saying they're being badly affected by the Sharks' kick and chase game, which has been executed almost to perfection.
It's been brilliant, and Charles McLeod has not only been the chief protagonist of that little kick and chase game, the chip over the top of the ruck and the maul area has been his, but he was also the man who executed an intercept try par excellence, ran 60 meters and put his men in front.
Dimitri Katrakilis gets the second half underway at Newlands, and some confusion. There was a call from Frans Steyn. He then opted not to take it, but who else but Willem Alberts to re-establish a little bit of momentum with the carry. McLeod away to Lambie. Early call from Aplon. Takes it at good pace. And slips the first line of defence, Gio Aplon. Kits off into Beeston Tawarira. Katrakilis. Damian Delendi was in behind. SP Maria got very quickly up out of the defensive line to make a vital tackle on Gerard van den Heever. Skrieda caught by the Sharks defence, so Dwayne Vermeulen into the scrum half roll away to Dion Fourie. Vermeulen again. Now Jean de Villiers is looking for Colby. Sharks defensive line very quick to regroup. Jonathan Kaplan showing advantage for offside perhaps. Strong carry from Pat Cilliers, and Fourie can't find a way up the middle. It is an offside call.
Well, that's a direct game that Robbie Fleck was talking about. They needed to carry the ball more. Gio Aplon had the ball at the back of everybody, decided not to put it on the boot. And here you can see just outside, it'll be in the left eye of Jonathan Kaplan. Any one of Marcel Coetzee or Francois Steyn would have been offsides there. And rushing up very quickly. They just want to put Western Province under the pressure, which was so vitally working for them in the first half.
So Dimitri Katrakilis successful with 2 penalties in the first half, as well as the conversion of Damian Delendi's try. And now from straight out in front to claw back another 3 points, which he's done, and crucially for the Sharks in the first half. They managed to respond to every Western Province point scoring opportunity with points of their own almost immediately.
Yeah, this is where Western Province fell themselves, conceding at kick-off time, not unable to really dominate this department and return the pressure back up to the Sharks.
And this time it was Dialendi who got up to make the catch. Marcel Coetzee with an excellent tackle on Salia. Steyn putting pressure on the kick of Schreuder. There's going to be a penalty against the Cox. Steenkamp was in front of the ball.
Well, they've done it again, haven't they?
Penalty. Give me the mark, please.
And the trend continues. Clawing back the deficit and then immediately conceding opportunity for the Sharks to get them straight back. Lambie missed 3 kicks at goal in the first half. He was successful with the conversion of McLeod's try, 2 penalties and a beautifully taken drop goal as well, but hitting the post on one occasion and pulling one and pushing another off the kicking tee. But he goaled a good one just before half-time to bring the confidence back. And that's a repeat of what he did on the stroke of half-time. Beautiful kick from Lambie, his 3rd successful conversion of a penalty.
Well, that was the incident there. You just saw it, and the assistant referee just helped by that well-mown line. And Vian Hapst is on for Yanni du Plessis. We did say he was nursing a left arm injury.
Katrakilis with the restart. Pieter-Steph du Toit brought down by Khaleesi. Du Toit has been in fabulous form in this final. Just 21 years of age this past August. And more than announcing himself at this senior level of rugby. Some very good, cool play from Lambie under pressure, and then the clearance kick from Maria, who in his chase is showing no real signs of a suspected injured groin.
Outside.
Robbie Fleck, the assistant coach, said they were struggling to exit in that first half. And Aplom's kick finding Lambie. Now Colby driven back towards his own 22. That's exactly what Robbie Fleck was talking about. The counter-attack from Deet has not worked well in the face of some brilliant and committed Sharks defending.
Use it!
Katrakilis losing it behind him, taking a big contact from Pieter-Steph du Toit, who was quick with the steal. Katrakilis has stayed down as well.
Have a look at this thing now.
Coetzee. Sharks pressing for their second try. Lambie, Steyn, big cut-up ball for the Wazir. That's a brilliant score.
Hi Jonathan, what do you want me to check?
Just the tackle on the play that's down.
Okay, do you want to check the tackle?
Bobo scored a brilliant try on the left wing here. They're going to go back just to see the tackle area. Couldn't quite hear the assistant referee.
I'm not following. Okay, so there's 2 things, please, Dion. Number 1 is the previous ruck. 2 black made a tackle from what could have been an offside position. And then I'd like you to have a look at that tackle over there.
All right, we'll do that.
Well, there's two things being watched here. So two black, Bismarck du Plessis, no stranger to the TMO over the last couple of weeks.
Is that what you're after?
Just got to be careful that you don't go too many rucks back. It was excellent play by the Sharks. Pieter-Steph du Toit ranged up on Dimitri Katrakillis, who looked out on his feet. So Bismarck du Plessis going around. He's not behind the last man's feet there.
Yeah, I think Bobby got it spot on.
And what you can see on the ground, he's gone around Stephen Kitshoff.
So he's still good here. It's when he moves
There
around.
he's fine. There he's absolutely fine. Now he's gone around. He's not behind the last man's feet. He's from the side of the ruck. If it's him that makes the tackle, depending on when the referee said they'd got the ball. So that's the first hit.
Jonathan, two black was in front of the last man's feet, so he was indeed offside.
Okay, shall we go back for the penalty?
You have to go back for the penalty.
We've been calling out for technology, and this time around it's been utilised, and it's against the Sharks. Not a favourable decision for them.
No, there was no foul play involved. The guy ducked into the tackle and two could do nothing else. There.
Okay, so the only thing is the offside.
That's the only thing. It was an accident.
Okay.
Well, that tackle has ended in Dimitri Katrakillis being helped from the field. He's been replaced by Kurt Coleman, and he definitely will not be back on the field. There's no pitch side test here. He is very groggy still.
Yeah, he looks really uncomfortable. And just to say, he ducked out of that tackle. There was no foul play there. Pieter-Steph du Toit and Bismarck du Plessis were looming up. He tried to evade them, but I think he hit the top of Steph du Toit's knee on the side of his head. So Coleman's got an opportunity to make himself a hero. He's done it before. He stepped into the boots in this position in crucial games for Western Province.
And he's
Bob,
the
what he offers Coleman is a longer kicking game, so maybe this could be a plan for Western Province to get that exit plan correct.
Well, they've got to get the lineouts right first. Good work from Skrieder after another missed lineout. De Villiers. Huge tackle from Vian Herbst and Willem Alberts again. Excellent tackle from Steyn this time on Etzebeth. And the Sharks have effected another turnover. Steyn out of the back of the hand for Vian Herbst. Pieter-Steph du Toit again. How many times are we going to say the name this afternoon? Massive performance. And here's another carry. Lambie puts it up for Ndungani, Ludik and Daniel to chase down. And Daniel has it for the Sharks. Flipped inside for the support runners, but taken by Scully and Tabeni for Western Province. And the Sharks piling over the top.
It was a very good kick by Lambie. I would say that a couple of the players were just on the borderline there, and that resulted in the pressure. The Sharks are just piling the pressure on Western Province. They're playing a brilliant game, using all of their assets spectacularly well. There's the first clean out. There's Bismarck du Plessis just coming in. He's not supporting his own body weight there. You can see he's gone for the ball a second time, and that's where the penalty came in. Deon Fourie just trying to pull him out of the area.
So the Sharks have managed to tap back another Western Province throw. McLeod under enormous pressure though.
Roll!
Alberts clattering into his Springbok teammate Ruben Etzebeth. The earth shuddered. Coleman dropping back well to gather the kick, but the pressure is relentless. This time from Alberts again and Ndungani.
Paul, even out. That's a bit.
Vermeulen. And Coleman shifting it on for Delendy. His clearance straight up in the air. Sharks have possession again. That is the Western Province 22. Will they set something up for Pat Lambie again? Deep in the pocket. Keep the points ticking. It is coming back for Lambie. The drop goal is coming. He's watching anxiously and then turns. Brilliant!
Well, that's a 9-point gap, and that man, Patrick Lambie, we said it all day. Watch this, the depth that he gets into, and the strike of that ball is just absolutely outstanding. Western Province throwing everything at it. 3 shredders off for Nick Groom. Juan de Jong on.
It's Hera van den Heever, who's been replaced by Juan de Jong, not quite off the field yet.
Use it!
Oh yes, Hera van den Heever as Bismarck du Plessis.
Let it come one!
Carries from the restart. McLeod. Back to Lambie and Marais. He gets good distance from that left boot of his. Here's Coleman.
It's a good execution from Coleman.
Delendy and Apron chasing. Lambie, brilliant under the high ball, showing all his fullback skill as well, but turned over by Western Province. De Villiers into Benny.
Let it come now, 12!
First touch for Juan de Jong. And then for Nick Groom, having replaced Louis Greda. Dion Fourie, the Western Province captain. Coleman. Kolisi.
I can't carry on. 2 plays.
Western Province need to have a bit more calm here than they are. They look desperate to get back into this game. Whether the calmness comes from going for the corner and going for a try or not, one won't know, because Kurt Coleman has indicated he wants to go for the 3 points. This is a lovely piece of play by Gio Aplon. Look at that, his first man to the ball, gets to his feet. And he's won it on the ground there. The only other guy there was Damian Delendy. But look at that, Peter Steph du Toit almost winning it back for the Sharks. Lambie doing very well not to play the ball on the ground.
That's a good kick percentage. He's the 3rd highest scorer in the competition coming into this weekend with 78 points. Fred Zeilinger, who's sitting on the bench for the Sharks, 2nd with 91. Marnitz Boshoff for the Golden Lions, top with 92. Still 25 minutes and some change to play, so this to bring Western Province back within 1 score, which he has done. Kurt Coleman with his first kick of the game. So a new half-back pairing for Western Province, needing to produce something special.
Well, Robbie Flack touch on the set pieces kick-off and the exit plan from Western Province. How much did that pep talk help at half-time? They really need to get back up and put the pressure as the changes come flooding in for the Western Province. Frans Malherbe comes on, and also Michael Rowe will take over lock forward from Steenkamp.
Jean de Villiers with an acrobatic take of the restart. Kolisi. Coleman, the energy from the Sharks, chasers, really infectious. Sean McLeod, the man putting the pressure on the kick, and Volvo just unable to get away from Damian Delendy. Willem Alberts has tackled his heart out, hasn't had a great deal of ball carrying opportunity. But as we've come to expect, effective almost every time. Lambie onto the left boot. And Lindy very tight to touch. Maria and Lambie have functioned so well together at the back, predicting and reading the Western Province kicking game to perfection. Now Lindy for Groove. Here's Akron with a little bit of space. And not making the best possible use of it. With the hoist, Dutoy plucks it out of the sky with such ease. McLeod's kick not travelling as far as he would like, but Ludik and Undangani there to regather for the Sharks. Marais. He was trying to put it in behind Lindy and Bobo. And Marais again. Awkward one for Peter Steph Dutoy, which he deals with brilliantly, as does Bismarck du Plessis and Alberts. Piling into the ruck of the Sharks. Here's Lambie again. And a shoulder ball. Brilliant tackle from Colby. But McLeod is in for the try, and his second. The Sharks in top gear.
Well, it's just relentless from the Sharks. Western Province can't do anything about it, and that man, Charles McLeod, started with a try, and he's crossed over here. What a brilliant piece of play. There were mistakes in between. It was an offload out the back of the hand from Peter Steph Dutoy and then Bismarck du Plessis. Alberts hung on to it beautifully. McLeod flicked it wide. Lambie did the show and go. Cheslin Colby with a tackle bigger than he is, but it wasn't enough because there's Charles McLeod, and he's over.
Well, the Sharks are providing so much energy with ball in hand, looking after the ball carrier, making sure they secure and recycle that position so much quicker. That is a total team try from the Sharks. Western Province renowned for their defense. They've leaked in 3 tries already in this cup final.
Did you know that 48,000 people could be so quiet?
Oh, I can hear them.
Lambie to add the extra 2. Just trying to fire it back, but going wide. So he's missed 4 off the kicking tee, but other than that, quite brilliant.
We utilize the width of the field exceptionally well. That's the agent talking about, the show and go, the patience to be in the red zone. Good recycling here for Pat Lambie, but look at the clean for Bismarck du Plessis, allowing the space for Charles McLeod to pick up and dot over. And you can't coach that kind of passion when the guys can smell the touchline, can smell the 5 points, and just keeping their heads. Brilliant stuff from the Sharks.
Scott Berger on for Western Province, but use it. Peter Steph, guess who controls the restart? Here we go. McLeod's hoist, Colby. Playing a brilliant territorial game with the Sharks, and saying to Western Province, come on, run it back with us. They're not doing that. They're giving Lambie and Marais plenty of time and space to clear. And you can sense a frustration in this crowd. They've seen the ball in hand strategy, and they want more.
Well, they're voicing it too, aren't they? And it's finals time rugby, so maybe Western Province just don't want to run the ball like they have been doing this season. No. Certainly they've seen the magic of Gio Athlon, Cheslin Colby and the like.
Michael Rhodes wins a clean ball for Western Province. De Villiers.
Let it come now.
Good tackle from Franz Steyn. Slow ball for Western Province. Kutsia up onto Scott Berger.
Use it.
Malherbe. Pumping Franz Steyn out of his path. Now Rhodes. Good tackle from the young Stefan Levis. Just his 5th Currie Cup appearance. Having just come onto the field in place of Pete Marais.
13.
Coleman, Fourie. Now an opportunity. Opportunity there. About 6 or 7 on 4 there. Western Province couldn't take the pass. Real let off there.
Well, they've been making mistakes from the beginning of the match, and look at that, it's 5-1 in handling errors. I think this is caused here. Look at Schalk Burger, he's just looming outside him, he was inside him, and Coleman had already imagined sending the pass out to Burger before he caught it himself. They get 19 minutes or 18 and a bit minutes to get over the line. They're not going to do it by kicking the ball back to the Sharks.
They're certainly not by kicking it straight down the middle of the field. They really had been out-kicked tactically, just didn't tightness to touch.
But also the running the ball from the back is not working against a very solid Sharks defense. They're really closing down the space. If there's an option, maybe instead of kicking long from Western Province, maybe they'll chip over the top. The Sharks are really coming up and closing up that space. There could be a gap. Still chip over the top.
Well, the Sharks have been using it beautifully for 60 minutes, haven't they?
Yeah, that's where they managed to generate the go forward, get behind this very good Western Province defense.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Yes, 9.
Well, it's an enormous pressure applied by the Western Province. Tight 5, and Bjorn Herbst is the man penalised. Just going back to Patrick Lambie, 4 kicks at goal missed, 1 conversion, 3 penalties. But other than that, we said how important his general kicking game was going to be. It has been absolutely superb, plus the 2 drop goals.
Yeah, very good scrum here from Kitzel. Puts the pressure on, he keeps it up, and you can see the angle from the shots. Not in straight, so the pressure's definitely on the visitor's scrum.
Keegan Daniel quickly into the air at the front of that line-out, so athletic. It's the 5th line-out lost by Western Province on their own ball.
Backwards. Backwards. Backwards.
Ball gathered by Frans Malherbe. His return from injury has been welcomed in many quarters. One of the most promising young tight ends in the country. Into Benny. Ripped away from him in the tackle. McLeod with Mngani to his right. Quick ball for McLeod again. The Sharks straight back onto the attack. Peter Stack to toy for Frans Steyn. Here's Marais. It's Peter
Time out.
There is going to be a consultation.
3 things. Pass side, onside, last pass, and touch.
Jonathan, pass side, onside. What are you referring to exactly?
Onside from the ruck.
Right,
On the other side. Ruck. Tackle, post, tackle.
Yeah.
And we've got a pass, last pass, which I think was good. And then we're looking at touch.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so 3 things. The first one is the kick from Charles McLeod, which was chased by Odwa Mngani. There's a question to the TMO, Dion van Blomenstein. Was there an offside situation? That's what he's asked for. Was there an offside?
Well, this is the ruck and tackle area that they're talking about. That ball's on the ground, so it's taken ahead by Skara and Tabeni. Now, who's the player that plays it back? This ball's on the ground. It looks like Beeston Tararira knocked that ball back, actually.
And it's quite surprising how the Sharks managed to win that. possession back.
So there's a black player lying on the ground there, is that correct?
I apologize immediately as
Jonathan, that
well.
player in fact was on his feet, so there's nothing wrong with that. So you can play on to that one in the corner.
Okay, that's fine. If you could just check the pass and then touch.
Now this is the next request. It was for that pass from Francois Steyn.
What a lovely bit of skill by Francois Steyn. It looks like it's crossed over the line there, but we've seen this a number of times. SP Marais really has to reach to get that. I think it might all come to naught anyway, because I'm almost certain that Duathlon managed to get SP Marais. Well, look there. His left foot is going to touch the ground out now. So regardless, it's not going to be a try. It's just where they go back to.
All right, Jonathan, the pass at best was flat, so it was not forward, and therefore it's a line out to blue where the foot was in touch in the corner.
Okay. The right call's been made there. Lovely attack from the Sharks. End-to-end stuff. Hasn't Charles McLeod had a man-of-the-match performance? He's been outstanding with the ball. He's been attacking. He's been brilliant with the kicks out of hand as well.
Can I see your Charles McLeod and raise you a Peter Steph to talk?
They'll have to share it. If the Sharks carry on like this, there's no chance that they won't be on the podium. Charles McLeod has made way for Kobus Reinhardt.
Province need to keep it simple here. Ball at the back, and it's a bit towards the back for them.
Fine. Play.
Real pressure line-up that was too. With 5 having gotten against their
Use it now!
Sharks arresting the progress of the Mulder, which brought the call of use it. Brutus kick onto Mvovo. It's a huge tackle. Francois, whoever it was, here's Francois Steyn. Drop kick, charge down. De Jong. Looking to get his pass away to Colby. And the hits continue to fly, and the energy, the passion, infectious.
There's just too much panic in this Western Province team. But the Sharks tells you very calm. That is a big tackle, biggest of the match. Louis Ludwig, you beat.
Well, it's all about grinding out the last 15 minutes for the Sharks, and it's all about trying to find some magic for Western Province. It's Currie Cup final time in South Africa, and we are being subjected to an absolute beauty.
Bismarck du Plessis over the tail of the line-up, tapped down though by Kutsia. And that'll be a scrum to Western Province.
Well, if you're Scott Berger and John de Villiers and you want a Currie Cup victory, you need to find a way to make some magic. It's late in the game, it'll still be a little bit slippery underfoot, but you've got to try and hang on to it. You've got to try and get into Sharks territory and score some tries. Have they got enough time to score the 2 tries that they need? That man, Yanni du Plessis, would love another Currie Cup medal to add to his collection.
Set! Yes, 9. Great, half behind the ball.
Very solid again from the Western Province scrum. Colby. And Athlon into the space. Gio Athlon. De Villiers. Colby. Jonathan Kaplan has an advantage showing now.
What's the penalty? Is it on the touchline, so it's 15 metres in or there? 15.
SP Marais was asking Jonathan Kaplan to go and have a look at the pass.
Tackle down, please.
The penalty is for a high tackle. Suddenly, Newlands is vocal again.
Well, it's the best passionate play we've seen in 67 minutes of this game. Just utilising their strike runners. The gaps came. They played from deep. Sean de Villiers, a bit of magic to unleash young Charles and Colby. But defense, fresh legs on. He's brought us right up, makes a telling tackle for all the Sharks.
It's a lovely cover tackle from Rhino.
So Western Province with an opportunity to send a ball here. It's worked well for them throughout the campaign. Michael Rhodes and Scala and Tabeni do the basics well first up. A deafening din at Newlands. That's Western Province. Roll right and then left. Another penalty coming if they can't get it down. Still peeling around the fringes, looking for a vital score. No! They need more than 2 tries. They need 2 tries and a conversion to get in front. So, field position all important as well. Groom, Coleman, here's de Villiers. Brilliant tackle. Louis Ludick. No advantage, back they'll come again. But precious time used up from a Sharks perspective as well.
Well, they're going to go for that set piece again. We might see something a little bit smarter here. The drive was on its way and then collapsed there. You could see a couple of the Sharks players falling to ground. So that's what they were called back for. Sharks will contest this.
Tabeni, vital throw. Rhodes again at the front. Through the middle. Daniel working very hard to try and restrict the movement. And Province rolling. Not down yet.
Time out. Dion, would you just look at the
Yeah, I will have a look at it.
in the mall?
Another adjudication for Dion van Bloemenstein. He's had a busy evening, but
Well, look for the play here. There's Evan Etzebeth, I think it is, who's got...
no, it's Michael Rhodes.
He's around the front. He's not necessarily going around his throat, but I think he's going to get in trouble for that if we're to be consistent.
Dion?
Jonathan,
Yes.
18 blue did grab 2 black illegally around the neck. And you should have a word with him and award a penalty to black.
Thank you. Come on. It's illegal. First of all, you're ahead and it's a grapple tackle, so it's illegal and it's a penalty, so I have to turn it down.
So a reversal of the penalty. How telling might that prove to be? Currie Cup final in 2011 against the Sharks, which the Golden Lions won in some style in Johannesburg. And Lambie provides the clearance kick inside the final 10 minutes now.
Well, this is the end of what the penalty was given for. There's Mark ending it off there with a little bit of a bit of Hollywood work, but he did well. He's been berated for some over physical play himself. There's clearly nothing wrong with him if you look at him at the front of the line-out. But it's part of the gamesmanship of the game, and a little bit of tit for tat.
Sharks have made 77 tackles to Western Province's 47. Yes, they have missed double the number that their hosts have, but their defense has been absolutely outstanding, unrelenting, and has stifled many a Western Province attack. Groom for de Villiers. Here's an opportunity for Mulan. On Rhodes. Etzebeth outside him. They're taking the contact. Quick ball for Groom. Coleman. Ntaveni, beautifully picked up. And flicked away for Colby. This is where he's dangerous. Broken play. Tremendous burst of acceleration. Through Coleman. Fourie. That was lost forward.
Well, it's incredibly physical, isn't it? Even Ntaveni having to move into jersey number 25. Jersey got ripped, I think. It looks like Hamar Williams is going to come on for Francois Steyn, who's struggling, but had a monster game. Bismarck du Plessis involved again in that tackle, but it looked like a knock-on into Deon Fourie. And Jean de Villiers did ask for it. Well, Pieter-Steph du Toit has just been absolutely world-class here tonight. It's Currie Cup final. You'd think he'd stop and look around him, but he's decided not to. He's won line-outs against the head. He's made massive tackles. He's taken the ball for the Sharks when it's needed. He's been big in open play, physical in the tackle.
And Bob, I think it's time for him to take the step up. There was Cotton Walden that the opportunity to play against the All Blacks at Adams Park a couple of weeks ago, and national coach Hanneken said, well, maybe he's not quite ready yet, but a performance like this surely warrants at least a start in one of the 3 test matches coming up for the European tour by the Springboks.
P.S. Owen, he's only 21.
Bring it on.
Absolutely.
I think he's got it.
Crouch. 5.
Ibn Ntaveni turns 22 on Tuesday. Imagine the two of them and what they could bring in as a second row combination going forward. Aplon. Still the tackles come in an ongoing display of commitment and bloody-mindedness from the Sharks. They've been brilliant in that facet of the game. The kicks, the chase, the desire, it's all been there. Coleman, Berger. That came off the hand of Scarlett Ntaveni and went forward. It's an accidental offside rules, Jonathan Captain.
Yeah, well, look at this. It was just a pass from Schalk Burger. It went backwards from Colby and then forwards again from Ntaveni. And nothing's worked for Western Province today. Everything's gone the way of the Sharks, but that's because of the pure enthusiasm and spirit that they've put into this match. They've won it with blood and guts and glory so far. Can they take it to the full 80 minutes?
Well, the underdog tax always seems to follow the champions. Last year, Western Province were the underdogs victorious. Sharks also not too many people giving them a chance playing against an unbeaten Western Province side. A couple of seasons ago, it was the Sharks, formidable side, that went down to the Lions at home. The Lions had a team of nobodies, so you can't really confirm who the victors will be in the Currie Cup. It's those that wanted the most on the day, and the performance by the Sharks thoroughly deserves the lead at 30 points to 19 at the moment.
Last year, Western Province did it the hard way. They finished 4th after the pool stages. Keegan Daniel. Minor just waiting for Ntawarira to position himself. Lambie, drop goal. There's 2 already. This is going to drop just short, but it possibly awkward one for Gio Aplon, who can just clear for touch. Yep, Western Province, 4th last season, won their semi-final away and the final away in Durban. This year they've beaten the Sharks twice. They lost to them twice last year. It's a complete role reversal.
Well, isn't it fantastic in terms of serving and rugby to see a side that's had a couple of losses during the year, but built a young coaching staff, and some senior players have built a culture that wants to win. Sharks, such a powerhouse in serving and rugby. Western Province are too. Here's Pieter-Steph du Toit.
Back to Bismarck du Plessis after the line-out variation to the front. alongside the young coaching staff, Brad McLeod Henderson and Sean Everett, under the guidance of Director of Rugby Brendan Fenter. You will remember as well as I do the looks on their faces, the shell shock look after their loss in the first round of this competition at home to Griquas. And it looks as though the Newlands faithful are rather quickly losing faith.
Well, it's the Newlands not so faithful, isn't it? A couple of minutes to go. They don't believe that Western Province have got a chance to win this match, but you wouldn't blame them. Western Province have really been pressurised out of this game by a smart, strategic performance from the Sharks. The big names of individuals in this match have stood up to the plate, and they've delivered. Peter Steph du Toit amongst the forwards. Willem Alberts carried beautifully. Patrick Lambie sublime with a ball in hand. Francois Steyn as good as he can be.
At the back, too early.
And Groom quick to take the free kick. Williams makes the tackle on de Villiers. Lambie in to help. Coleman, De Jong. Jean de Jong, the scorer of the only try in last year's Currie Cup final in Durban. It's a bit. Lined up de Toit, who stood up well. Coleman, de Villiers. Piece of work from Aylon Williams. Over the ball as Jean de Villiers lost his footing.
Well, look at this. De Villiers just steps in on the inside, loses his footing. And Hamar Williams, the first man there, doesn't have to release at this stage. Got his hands on the ball. He's turned it into a maul. And that's a brilliant piece of play. It might well have finished off Western Province for this Currie Cup.
Patrick Lambie's going to have a shot at goal. Owen and Kamani, you are right in front of that Sharks bench, and the champagne cork's just about to pop.
Oh, they're so close. They got a very hostile reception coming off the bus. They were booed. You felt it. You know that they were tense. They came in here, real shell shock, not too sure what to expect, but they manned up. They were secretly and quietly confident they got it. They did their set pieces good. They showed so much energy in looking after the ball and the ball carrier. And that's a good result for them to reclaim the Currie Cup.
Thank you.
Patrick Lambie, 2 drop goals this evening, 4 penalties, this for number 5. The flags are up! And the Sharks lead by 14 with a minute and a half to play.
Well, Western Province are going to lament their kickoffs receipts and kickoffs in general. They're going to lament the fact that they were outplayed at the line out and that they didn't have the enthusiasm and the bluster of the Sharks. Brilliant piece of play by the men from Durban in black and white. They're carrying on here at the Ruck and Mall, driving Western Province back.
All your black! No, not two!
Coleman with a show and go.
Let it come!
Louis Ludik hanging on in defence. Dion Fourie. Groom. Cheslin Colby. Half a minute to play as Scott Berger makes the drive up to the Sharks 22. And then de Villiers. Damien Delendi. They come for a penalty. It's over for Western Province's dream of delivering a Currie Cup title to Berger and de Villiers for the first time.
I will give you the lineup because I've already said it.
Just seconds remain.
Well, Western Province will want to try and salvage something out of this. Not that it matters anymore. The black and white Sharks are going to have one chance to get Kyle Cooper onto the field. He's been a real soldier for them in the season when Bismarck du Plessis has been missing.
Final line out of the game. Dion Fourie, bitterly disappointed Western Province captain with the throw. And how fitting perhaps that Pieter-Steph du Toit should be the one to make the steal of the line out and bring the curtain down on an extraordinary performance from the Sharks. They lost out to Western Province in both the pool games, home and away, including one in Durban 2 weeks ago. But they have spoken throughout the build-up to this final of the insignificance of those losses. It was all about tonight. They arrived with a plan and they executed it to absolute perfection. Let's not forget that Patrick Lambie also missed 4 kicks at goal despite a 14-point margin in this final. 3 penalties and a conversion went wide, and Pat Lambie controlled things brilliantly with his kicking out of hand. He put 2 drop goals over, converted one of the tries, and added 5 penalties as well. It was a pressure strategy and an emotional Currie Cup win for Keegan Daniel, their captain, who went to 100 appearances in Currie Cup rugby during the course of this campaign. Sheer unadulterated delight and joy after a tactically superb performance from the Sharks. John Smith cannot contain the emotion in the stands. The newly appointed CEO, he's made a lot of changes. Could he have dreamed that this is how the Currie Cup season would end? Lambie can celebrate long into the night. And that is the contrast of sport at this level. A quiet word of thanks from a Sharks team for a victory hard fought and well won.